Yo. One Piece chapter 1064 is low key out, and this chapter is money. Nah, seriously. If you didn't know, this chapter would have came up and Draymond greened you in the face. But before we get started, go ahead, drop a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and man, this chapter is a hefty one. Let's get straight into it.
Hey, listen!
So this chapter starts off with the cover page, and we got Aokiji and Van Auger there with putting in shackles. Man, this is a tough one for me. I mean, I am so excited to see Kuzan back in the story, and Van Auger with the Warp fruit, he is a bad man, bro. That's gonna be one to watch out for in the future. But they look like they have successfully captured Pudding. We don't know if they got the poneglyph, but it would be kind of ridiculous if they didn't. But from here, to everybody's surprise, we actually get back straight into the action that is Law versus Blackbeard. Everybody who predicted that Oda's gonna off-screen Law, go ahead, sit down, take your L. We're back into the action, and it is crazy. Here you see Law going to battle with Blackbeard, and Blackbeard's actually standing on top of Stronger and Doc Q, and they just don't even look like they can take it anymore. But he's preparing to use his Quake fruit against Law. And Law gets straight into action here. You know what I'm saying? He is the captain, and he starts giving orders to his crew. He's telling Hakugan, who we've just been introduced to. I don't think we've ever seen Hakugan before, but he's telling Hakugan to get to the Polar Tang, Sachi and Penguin to get into the sea. And in a blink of an eye, we see Law use Kroom, and he amputates Stronger. And this is kind of wild. Stronger has a mythical devil fruit, so for Law to just be able to amputate this man and cut him in half, RIP Stronger. But Blackbeard is completely caught off guard. Now they're falling, and Blackbeard's like, this is an awakened technique. I don't know, guys. Something here makes me feel kind of bad. Like, Law used his awakening way too early in the fight, and I'm getting like, maybe he just used it too soon.
Too soon, Junior.
It also seems like Blackbeard's never seen an awakening before, which would be weird. You're a Yonko Blackbeard, and you've been training with the Guro no Mi and the Yami no Mi for the past 2 years, so I'm gonna need you to step your game up, bro. So we do get a panel of Blackbeard and Law clashing in the sky as they're surrounded by Law's room, and we also get a panel of Sachi and Penguin diving into the sea. Directly after that, we get a panel of Doc Q saying, this sucks. You killed Stronger, and it's all your fault. So he actually tosses a bunch of these blowing up apples that we saw back in Jaya, and they make an even bigger explosion. But it doesn't really matter, and we actually see Sachi here. Not only does he dodge it underwater, but then he resurfaces and fires water back at Doc Q, and it's almost as if Sachi might be a fishman here. He fills himself with water. It's almost like he's a puffer fish of some sort, which is nuts. I never expected that from anybody in Law's crew. But he can swim, and he can use the water as a beam, like a weapon, like Jinbei does. If anybody has any idea about this, let me know in the comments below. That is crazy. But he hits Doc Q head on here, and I don't know if Doc Q's finished. I doubt he is, but he's taken care of for now. And Sachi tells him, don't underestimate us. We grew up in the cold waters of the North Blue, bro. And they're actually attacking Blackbeard's ship from underneath. We also get a panel here of Beppo taking command. He's telling Jean Bart that there's an enemy sniper at 3 o'clock, and we know the sniper of the Blackbeard pirates is Van Auger, of course. But Jean Bart snaps into action. He guards Law's back, and Van Auger hits Jean Bart. It looks to be point blank, but it doesn't do anything. Van Auger actually says here that Jean Bart's guard is tough. Does that mean Jean Bart has some sort of extreme or advanced armament hockey? Let me know below. Law's crew, it's like we're meeting them for the first time here. But this gives Law enough time to use Kroom and hit Blackbeard with a shock willy, the same shock willy that he used on Big Mom. And Law connects with an upward thrust through the body of Blackbeard. And Blackbeard, man, that looks freaking painful. Yo, his eyes are widened out, and we know that Blackbeard is susceptible to pain, so we know this has gotta hurt. Van Auger kind of just shakes his head, and he's like, man, this is why you don't just rush straight into fights. He warps over to Blackbeard as they're falling, and he's saying, hey Captain, should we maybe retreat back to the ship? And Blackbeard's like, hell no, dude, I'm Blackbeard, we gotta go forward. After they both land on the ground safely, Law lets this man Blackbeard know, just to let you know, your entire crew are devil fruit users, so that means your biggest weakness is the sea. It's kind of a glaring weakness. And Blackbeard's like, nah, I don't think so. I'd much rather look at it as an advantage. After all, they are devil fruits. And Blackbeard's got a point here. They are devil fruits. Like, they give you powers. All you gotta do is not drown. And we get a panel here of the Saber of Zebek being attacked, and they're saying now that Law's crew plans to sink them. Yo, if you are a fan of Law's crew, please get in the comment section and say something, anything. We all thought Law was toast. We actually cut to the cells inside the ship interior, and we get dialogue here from the Blackbeard pirates. They're saying the ship is being attacked, but we're not worried about it because we've got Blackbeard on our side. And Pudding saying, listen, if Mama was still alive, you wouldn't be blabbing right now. Somebody tell me, does this confirm that Big Mom is dead? Let me know. They respond to her by saying, the ones that we're fighting outside right now are the people that killed Big Mom. But we leave that there, and we get a beautiful panel of Law using Kroom with his extended sword, and Blackbeard is deflecting it with a shockwave. I don't think it's Conqueror's Hockey. It could be, but I'm pretty sure it's just the shockwave. And after that, Blackbeard lets out a laugh, and he does it. He says Black Vortex. And this is what I mean, guys. I feel like Law used Kroom way too early in the fight, dude. In the Big Mom fight, you were saying that it's something that you resort to as a last ditch effort. In this, you went straight to it, man. I don't know, bro. I still think Law takes this L, but let me know below. After that, we cut to a couple of small panels of Akainu in maybe like some sort of conference call, but this basically is just describing what's going on. It's giving us context as to what's going on around the world. So currently, Law and Blackbeard are doing battle on what they call Winter Island. I've also seen some spoilers in translation say Winter Island, so I'll just wait until Viz comes out to determine which one of those is which. But from here, we cut to Egghead, and we see that the police version of Kuma, the pacifista, has completely stopped. We cut to another panel where Bonnie has actually aged Luffy to a ridiculously old age, Chopper as well, and Jinbei's a super young age. She is young as well, and we actually realize this is the way that Oda drew these guys in those SBSs, where Oda was drawing them if Luffy had aged badly and things like that. So that's a quick little note. And Luffy's just trying to explain to Bonnie, listen, if I don't fight Kuma here, we're gonna be in trouble. We have to fight back. And Jinbei, being the ever smart one, is saying, of course, if Kuma was once a human, then more than likely he has a family. It makes total sense. But Jinbei also goes on to explain that as far as he knows, Kuma was a mad tyrant king of the Sorbet Kingdom. He was banished by his residents, and he eventually became a pirate. Afterwards, he joined the Revolutionary Army, but then he was caught by the Marines and sentenced to death. But instead of taking a regular death sentence, Vegapunk stepped in, and because Vegapunk liked what he saw, he made clones out of Kuma instead. And that came with the condition of allowing Kuma to go back to the sea as a warlord that worked for the world government. Now, Bonnie is saying that she can understand the warlord part of it, but that doesn't excuse Vegapunk from turning him into a cyborg. Essentially, that's the same thing as a death sentence. And I've got to say, I hear what Bonnie is saying here, because first of all, a cyborg has no feeling and no emotion. He's not able to recognize friend from foe. So therefore, what's the difference? He's not really alive. But we're talking about Vegapunk here, and if there's anybody who can give feelings and emotions to an emotionless cyborg, it's Vegapunk. Can't wait to see that explanation. And Bonnie is saying this as she picks up a lightsaber in her hand, but Jinbei asks a perfectly good question here, and he's saying, how many crimes did Kuma commit in order to be considered a tyrant king? And Bonnie finally loses it, and she says, my father was never a tyrant. He was just against the world government, and he never wanted to cooperate with them. And this was their way of forcing him to do that. As Luffy and Chopper are completely flabbergasted by Bonnie swinging around her lightsaber, they are just completely amazed by Vegapunk's technology, always, all the time. Bonnie angrily continues here, and she says, my father once told me that he was a part of some special race, but that's no excuse for the world government to go and experiment on him. And Luffy and Chopper are back to normal. Luffy's like, hell yeah, that's right. And Chopper kind of reacts the way we do, and he's like, special race? Interesting. Wink, wink. Let me know below. But from here, we cut to the Thousand Sunny, but not really. The crew is flying upward, being that the Vega Force 1 is carrying them, and he has jetpacks on the back of that thing. And basically, Lilith here is explaining to the crew how the jet boosters on the back of the Vega Force 1 work, and it's all made possible because of the island air conditioning. We get panels here of the crew reacting to Egghead Island as they look at it from above, and this is basically just a tour Vegapunk's giving us of Egghead Island. Lilith says, this is Egghead Island, the island of the future. The place in the clouds above is called the lab phase, and the place on the ground, that's the pavilion phase. And of course, Vegapunk's gonna show them around, but Zoro and Brook, they seem like a little uncomfortable here. They're saying, I'm gonna stay behind and guard the ship. And we cut to another panel here where Lilith is explaining to the crew as they continuously freak out that because of the aircon Vegapunk has invented, they've been able to recreate sky islands. Yo, Vegapunk is just absolutely insane. The man made a sky island from scratch. And to be honest, I'm surprised that nobody's ever made the connection between Vegapunk and sky islands before. It kind of makes sense. Maybe I'll make a theory video on that in the future. But moving on, they get to the entrance of Vegapunk's lab, and they have to put these stupid, ugly shoes on that we keep seeing, and they all get new outfits. I hate it. I hate the outfits. Oda, please make it stop. I mean, Nami and Robin, they look great, but the rest of them, I can't stand it. From here, we get some small panels, some dialogue from Vegapunk saying, you know, when you're a genius, you can see your own future too. And Vegapunk sounds kind of somber here, but we get a response, and we realize Vegapunk is actually on the phone, and the person on the phone saying, what are you talking about? And Vegapunk saying, I think that I might die soon. The person responds saying, stop with the jokes. That's not cool. That's not funny. And Vegapunk responds, I'm just letting you know, dragon. Boom. Oh my gosh. Yo, this chapter is absolutely insane. It's so much. It's so much to react to. It's an extremely long chapter, and Oda covered a lot. There's so much going on with Law versus Blackbeard. Of course, we got Bonnie revealing to us what Kuma's intentions are, and we got Vegapunk at the end dropping a huge bombshell saying that he might die soon. Is he talking about CP0 coming to kill him? I made a prediction video on Vegapunk's master plan, and it talks all about Vegapunk knowing that CP0 is coming to kill him. I will link it in the description below. Of course, if you like the video, please drop a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe. Do me a favor, all my One Piece theorists out there, or if you even consider yourself a One Piece theorist, drop a comment below. Let me know what's going on in this chapter. Of course, stay safe, stay healthy. This has been Seafood, that guy speaking, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.